Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a trip to Legoland Windsor and we're going to be starting off with the incredible big Lego shop. Now this Lego store is absolutely massive. As you can imagine, it is packed full of all of the Lego sets that you can imagine, and of course it's got some Legoland exclusive sets as well. But before we tuck into those, we'll move our way down this fantastic looking Lego tree and have a look at some of the little dioramas that are just underneath. Now I did film all of Legoland Windsor, so there's lots and lots of Legoland Windsor videos to come. Also, I managed to then go over to Legoland Malaysia, and then I came back via Legoland Dubai. So we're going to have lots and lots of Legoland content to come over the next couple of weeks and months. Now, if you are a fan of the Legoland parks and of course the big Legoland stores as well, let me know in that comment section below which is your local Legoland park. But now we are tucking into the store itself. You can see that we started off with the amazing Lego Batman animated series set. Top right hand corner we have got the Snow White set, and then we've got some of the Star Wars, moving down into the Harry Potter as well. There's lots and lots of really nice diorama pieces in here, and they did have some of the sets built up as well, which is always really nice to see. Now this store did have an expansion a year or two ago to make it that little bit bigger, but of course New York has overtaken it, and I have heard rumours that Legoland Billund is then going to try and up their game as well and make their shop even bigger. But I don't know if that is true or not, but it'd be very, very interesting to see what happens. So join me for the next 20 minutes or so as we start to walk around and have a look at absolutely everything this Legoland store has to offer. Now, I am going to try and do this in one take, so I do apologise if I trip over myself. I have got so many videos to get through because, like I said, I have managed to film Legoland Windsor, Legoland Malaysia, and of course Legoland Dubai for this channel. And then I've also gone to a lot of other theme parks as well for the Global Life Travels channel as well. So there's lots and lots of content to come over the up and coming weeks and months. Now, what I was quite surprised about is that some of the Animal Crossing sets that were sold out online and sold out in the smaller Lego stores, the actual stores you can see that we are now had everything. There was nothing that they were missing, and they were fully stocked on everything. They weren't short on anything. It was very, very impressive, just the stock take that this store had. And again, you can see, having all of these side by side, I think they do look very, very smart indeed. So if you're going to be displaying these on a shelf, for example, I think they would look very, very good. And they don't look too bad next to that 4+ set either. So you can see that they've got all of the newer sort of sets and diorama pieces out and built. And I think this whole wave, well, it does work quite well together. And of course, you've got the huge UCS sets underneath. Like I said, they've got absolutely anything and everything that you could possibly imagine. And then panning across the top, you can see they've got a mix of all sorts. And again, they've got the Chewy, and then above that, they have these cool bits and pieces with regards to the magnifying glasses. You've got all of the different helmets that you can imagine that were out at that time. What I do like going and travelling about into the different Legoland stores is some of the stores are a bit like a time capsule. But this is the first time I've seen the UCS set and the newer anniversary set for R2-D2 side by side. Now, obviously, there is a little bit of a size comparison, but there is also a huge price comparison as well. So out of the two, if you could only get one, which one would you prefer? Would you prefer the smaller and cheaper one, or would you prefer the bigger and more expensive one? But like I was saying with regards to a time capsule, when we actually get over to Legoland Dubai, they had some of the sets that have not been around for absolutely ages, and some of the airport stores as well over in Singapore, they had loads and loads of sets that I have not seen in a good while. Now, Legoland Windsor, obviously, it's got its own Ninjago store, which is where if you wanted to, when you get off the ride, you can pick up some bits and pieces and then basically just carry it to the car and go home if you didn't want to queue up with absolutely everybody when they come out the park. But if you wanted just to come in and pick up some bits and pieces before it got busy, well, they have every single Lego set you can imagine for Ninjago, all side by side. So it is something to see, because it's quite nice to see, because obviously all the stores don't have the space for all the stock, and each Lego store in the UK tend to have different things. But this store had all of the Monkey Kid stuff, it had all the Chinese New Year stuff, and of course it had all of the amazing Ninjago sets as well. So you can get your teeth sunk into all of those. This really is a place to come if you cannot find some sets online. Now, I do believe you still cannot use your insider card in the Legoland parks as it stands, but I'm sure, I do believe, so double check, that you do get a discount if you are a Merlin Pass holder. Now, in years previous, the discount received on the sets was actually more than the points you received on the card. So check online before you go to the next store, because I am only going by what previous years, not by what is happening in 2024. But that is all of the Ninjago bits and pieces done, and they are really, really pushing this brand new Lego Dreamzz as well. The thing I do like about the Lego Dreamzz is the price points, because there is something for everybody. You've got the more expensive sets, and then you've got the sets that is kind of in the middle that are perfect for gifts for people for birthday and Christmas. And I think that's what they're starting to do with the Harry Potter stuff as well, because they've started to make the bigger sets slightly smaller. So if you just wanted to get sort of snippets of the bigger sets, you can do, and you're not paying an absolute fortune. And again, if you don't have space for the bigger things, but you wanted the car, for example, you can now pick up that Ford Cortina at a very, very reasonable rate. But of course, they still have the much larger UCS sets as well. So you've got a little bit of something for everybody now with regards to the Harry Potter stuff, and of course the Dreamzz as well. Disney is just Disney. That's always going to be expensive, just like the Star Wars stuff. You pay Disney tax on all of that kind of thing. And again, with the DC and Marvel. But when it comes to Lego's own, it's not as bad, especially the Ninjago stuff that we had a look at before. I think the brick price point ratio on that is absolutely fantastic. And some of the Disney stuff actually that have come out this year has been very, very good. Now, I know the sets are much larger, but the actual brick count to the price is not as horrific as what it has been in previous years. But you can see as we're going through, they have got absolutely everything here. Now, what is a very, very cost-effective collection is this Lego Friends. They have so many different Lego Friends sets, as you can well imagine. And of course, down in the Heart Lake City, they have a renamed store down there now. So I can't actually remember what that is anymore. But they do have a Lego Friends store in the middle of Heart Lake City where you can pick up all of the Lego Friends sets. You can also make a 3-pack BAM minifigure. And you do have a good selection of Lego City sets as well, I remember. And they have all the Legoland exclusives. So you are spoilt for choice down there. But this is what I meant with regards to they do have everything at this big store. You can see you had the Chinese New Year bits and pieces. You got some of the hard to find stuff like these bits and pieces you don't tend to see in all of the Legoland stores. And we're still looking at all of the Ninjago bits and pieces. And again, the huge difference with the Legoland store is you get all of the backpacks, you get all of the other merchandise, you get all the games, you get all the pens. Anything and everything now the Lego seem to get the teeth sunk into, it will be in the main Legoland Big Shop store. And every single one of these, I do believe, is located right at the entrance as you first come in. It was the same for Malaysia. It was been the same for Dubai. It's the same for Billund. It's the same for Germany. It's the same for Windsor as well. Every single one of those shops is absolutely enormous. And I did do America last year. We went over to Legoland California, and that store was huge. And the bits and pieces that are on display with regards to stuff that was built up was phenomenal. Now the big difference is that Legoland Windsor don't tend to display their stuff like other countries do. I do like the fact that other countries will put a full wave together so you can see what the whole wave looks like. They'll make a really nice diorama. Then on the sticker, they'll let you know how much each thing is individually and how much it will cost to get everything that you're looking at, because they did a fantastic job of that at Legoland California, and they did a really, really good job of that at Legoland Malaysia as well. But if you're noticing, we've got some really nice bits and pieces on display at Legoland Windsor, but they're all individual bits and pieces. pieces within the cabinet. So say, for example, you went over to America, every single Minecraft set will be built up as one big display, and then each individual set will be price tagged so you can see what it all looks like together. And visually, I think from a customer's point of view, it's much, much easier if you can see it all together, in case you don't have that creativity and go, oh, I can't see how that set will work with that. It's just something that is nice. It's just different, I guess. So it's a good excuse to go around to all of the different stores around the world, especially for me, and I can get them all filmed and share absolutely everything with you. But as we're going around, what is your favorite theme? If you could only collect one theme, what would you go for? Would you go for Super Mario? Would you go for Sonic? Would you go for Star Wars only? Would you go for Disney only, which covers all of Disney? Would you stick to the Ninjago? Would you stick to Lego's own Lego City? Are you a Lego Technic fan? Let me know in that comment section below, what is your go-to? How do you collect? And do you look forward to the giveaways or the gift with purchases that the Lego tend to do from time to time? I think 2024 for the rest of the year is going to be a very, very strong year for lots and lots of other Lego sets to come. But I think with regards to the Sonic, that seems to be sort of taking pace now with lots of new sets coming out. There's obviously hints of other bits and pieces coming for Lord of the Rings. We've seen some new brickheads on the horizon. I think it's going to be quite an expensive year for a lot of people in 2024. Now, if you are watching this back from the future, what did you miss out on that you wished you got? Now, that Avengers Tower is absolutely enormous. There is a rumor, or I say a rumor, that is actually now official images on the Lego website of a new one of those for the Lego Marvel, which does look very, very good indeed. I would look forward to picking that one up if the price point drops down ever so slightly. Yes, they still have some of the Black Panther bits and pieces and some of the mechs and things like that that have been in a sale for a very, very long time. And I think as we start panning around, you will see some of the newer Lego construction figures as well. So I do believe, as the time of me filming this, the Green Goblin was the newest one to come out, and you can see you've got Cap just up there. Now, they do scale very, very well together. Now, as I'm saying this, I saw the new Lego Marvel Wave for the first time about 72 hours ago, and it does look very, very impressive. There's some fantastic looking minifigures coming out. There's some bigger ships coming out, and it'd be interesting what they're going to do with the X-Men stuff later on in the year, because we've obviously had the Quinjet and then we've had nothing. So what are we going to be getting between now and Christmas, or is it all going to come out at the same time? So that is the new Spidey, and then I think the Green Goblin is beside it to the left-hand side, and you can see all of the cars, all of the vehicles. They've really, really crammed in all of the Lego Marvel sets, and I think they do look very, very good together. And you can see you've got the Daily Bugle. That is definitely worth picking up if you can before it gets discontinued, because the minifigure selection alone in that is outstanding. Then you can see you've got the Lego Spider-Man head. Underneath that, you've got the Lego artwork, and you've got the Jurassic Park stuff. Now, big difference and a big surprise. The Jurassic Park sets here were full price. At the other two Legoland stores, some of them were 40% off. So again, depending on where you go in the world will depend on what you pay for the sets. And of course, if the pound is stronger than the local currency, you can pick them up at a fantastic price. So I did see at Legoland Malaysia, when we go around those stores, you'll be keeping your eyes peeled for a brand new playlist that will be appearing in a week or two from Legoland Malaysia. There was a lot of dino bits and pieces there. Now, again, huge amount of Lego Star Wars sets to pick from. You've got the micro builds, you've got the heads here, you've got lots of key rings, as you can see. Lots and lots of 4+ sets. Now, what I have noticed with the 4+ is it does seem to be the prices are now slowly starting to drop, which is very, very good, because when they first came out they're expensive, but this is the brand new Legoland exclusive set, and this does look very, very good indeed. The only problem is they don't have this set, or this ride shall I say, at Legoland Windsor. They took it away from Legoland Florida, but they do have it at Legoland Billund, and they also have it at Legoland California. So it is you get absolutely drenched on that ride. There is absolutely no way of saving yourself whatsoever. It is one of the wettest rides to go on, apart from the log flume at Legoland Malaysia. I have never got so wet in my life. Now, having a look at the new D&D set, this thing is very, very good, and you can still see that it comes with a giveaway purchase. So that sold out online straight away, but they still had the GWP behind the till. So it is worth coming to the Legoland store. I do believe, again, I'm saying this as it's something that they used to do, is that you can come to Legoland and just visit the Legoland store and leave for free, as long as you're in and out within an hour or two. However, you do have to pay for parking. But don't forget, at Legoland Windsor now, they have the golf. So you could do the golf, go over to the store, and then come back and leave, and then you can make a good afternoon of it. But again, you've got to double check on that, because this is the stuff that they used to do. I'm not 100% sure if that is a thing that they still do, but hopefully they do, because it's nice to come into these stores and pick up, for example, the brand new Speed Champions, which are also very, very difficult to get hold of, because these sell out very, very quickly in the smaller stores. They sell out at the airports, and they do tend to sell out online quite quick, because there are a lot of Speed Champion collectors. Now, we are slowly starting to run out of time. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that would be absolutely fantastic. We've got a couple of minutes left, but like I said, there is a lot of videos to come Lego related. And if you are watching this back from the future, hunt down all of the different playlists, because we have got a brand new Legoland Malaysia playlist opening up. I have gone to lots and lots of different Lego stores around the world. I managed to film Abu Dhabi. I managed to film the flagship store in Singapore as well, and I've managed to get into a couple of the different airport stores as well. So you have got tons of different Lego stores to take a look at. Each store has different exclusives, each store has different stock, and of course all of those videos are available in the Lego store playlist. Now, yes, if you have spotted it, I did pick lots of these up, and I have been making lots of shorts with these fantastic Legoland BAM minifigures. They were brilliant, and again, now we're just moving around and having a look at the different sets that are available in store. But like I said, we have got lots and lots of new content to come on this Lego channel, and of course, keep your eyes peeled for the Global Life Travels channel as well. That is where all of the non-Lego related theme park bits and pieces will go to. So I've already done Universal, I've done Disney, I've done different bits and pieces in Singapore. We've gone to Gardens in the Bay in Singapore. We've done lots of filming in Abu Dhabi as well, with regards to walking around the F1 circuit and all that kind of thing. There is lots and lots of different content to come, especially over the next 2 to 3 months. So hopefully you'll enjoy all of that, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video as well, because again, we are still going. They have got the telephone box. I was about to say letterbox then. They've got the telephone box. Behind that, you can see they've got the mosaic maker. To the left-hand side, you can then make up your minifigures with your custom print. Directly behind me, you can make up your own 3-pack Lego minifigures as well. And this wall is where all of the larger Lego sets are. They all keep all of these clumped together. So they keep all the darker boxes together. This is more of an 18+ wall, I would imagine. But if you can spot it, the treehouse is still available there. It's nowhere else, but it is still available there. And I do like the fact that they've grouped all of the birds together. You can see you've got your Concorde underneath. They've grouped all of the current modulars together. You've got the roller coaster in the bottom left-hand corner, and then you've got the odd backpack that is linked in with the football set just above as well. So they've done a really, really good job of grouping all of the sets together. It's really easy to follow by eye as well, and you can just see how much is on the shelf. And then coming over to the other side, you've got the Lego Duplo bits and pieces, and then you've got the 3-in-1. Now, another thing that I do like in the Lego stores is above the sets from a distance, you can see what is on each wall. So you can see that this is a 3-in-1 wall, and as we come panning around, I do believe there is a pab wall just beside this, which I'm afraid to say is the worst pab wall I have ever seen, and I wish they would extend it, because it is, in my eyes, a complete letdown to the Legoland store. They used to have a huge pab wall where the new Ferrari section is, and I'm glad that Ferrari section's there. That is a fantastic use of space, but this is far too small for the size of this store. And when you see the size of what all of the other Legoland stores have, it's a little bit of a shame that Windsor seems to be the smallest BAM section, or pab wall section, shall I say. But maybe they'll extend it in the future. We can only hope, because I know a lot of people like to have a look at those walls and pick up lots and lots of different bricks. But apart from that, this store has absolutely everything. As you can see, we are still finding more bits and pieces in different sections of the wall. You've got loads and loads of key rings and keychains, all of the different minifigures, all of the different characters. And then we have come back to this because I found some more, so I picked up those as well. This is in a different area, sort of slotted in between the tills, so you can pick up all of the Legoland exclusive sets just underneath. And I did end up picking up 9 minifigures, I do believe, and they are already up and on the channel if you want to see what those look like. So we did a good job picking up all of those, and I have managed to film it all. But guys, that is it. I am done. The shop tour is finished. So one more time, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.